The Anatomy of Story, 22 Steps to Becoming a Master Storyteller by John Truby is a comprehensive guide that delves into the fundamental elements of storytelling, providing a structured approach to crafting compelling narratives. Truby draws from his extensive experience as a screenwriter and story consultant to outline a 22-step process, which he argues can help writers create more engaging and resonant stories. One key aspect of Truby's approach is his emphasis on the importance of crafting well-defined characters. He contends that a strong story begins with well-developed characters who have complex motivations and arcs. According to Truby, understanding the psychological and moral makeup of characters is crucial for creating conflicts that drive the narrative forward. Additionally, Truby highlights the significance of the story premise and the need for a central moral argument. He argues that a compelling story is built around a thematic core, exploring a moral or philosophical question that resonates with the audience. This central idea serves as the foundation for the plot and character development. The author also emphasizes the necessity of creating a well-structured plot, advocating for a design that integrates the various elements of the story seamlessly. Truby introduces the concept of designing principle, a guiding idea that shapes the narrative structure and ensures cohesion throughout the story. Furthermore, Truby provides insights into the importance of genre conventions and innovations. He suggests that while adhering to genre expectations can provide a familiar framework for the audience, introducing innovative elements within that framework can elevate the story and make it more memorable. In terms of the writing process, Truby advocates for a methodical approach, encouraging writers to continually revise and refine their work. He provides practical exercises and tools to help writers develop their ideas and troubleshoot any issues in their stories. Truby's book serves as a valuable resource for writers aiming to enhance their storytelling skills. While some may find the 22-step structure to be intricate, it offers a detailed roadmap for constructing narratives that resonate with audiences. Truby's emphasis on character depth, thematic resonance, and structural coherence contributes to a holistic approach to storytelling, making The Anatomy of Story a practical guide for both aspiring and experienced storytellers. 7 Lessons Learned from The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. 1. Character-centric storytelling. John Truby emphasizes the pivotal role of well-developed characters in crafting compelling narratives. By stressing the importance of understanding characters' motivations, moral frameworks, and psychological depths, Truby encourages writers to build stories around authentic and complex characters. Lesson: effective storytelling hinges on the depth and authenticity of characters. 2. Thematic core and moral argument. Truby introduces the concept of a central moral argument, asserting that a strong story should explore a thematic core. Writers are urged to delve into profound questions that resonate with audiences, shaping their narratives around these thematic foundations. Lesson: a compelling story is anchored in a central idea or moral argument that adds depth and resonance. 3. Structural cohesion through designing principle. The author advocates for a well-structured plot and introduces the idea of a designing principle that guides the narrative's architecture. This principle ensures coherence and unity throughout the story, providing a clear direction for the plot and character arcs. Lesson: thoughtful design and structural cohesion are essential for a captivating narrative. 4. Genre conventions and innovation. Truby explores the delicate balance between adhering to genre conventions and introducing innovative elements. While acknowledging the comfort of familiarity, he encourages writers to inject fresh perspectives into established genres, making stories both recognizable and unique. Lesson: innovation within genre conventions can create memorable and engaging storytelling experiences. 5. Practical tools for the writing process. The book provides practical exercises and tools for writers to refine and develop their ideas systematically. Truby's methodical approach to the writing process emphasizes continuous revision, helping writers troubleshoot issues and polish their narratives. Lesson: successful storytelling often involves a disciplined and iterative writing process. 6. Understanding the audience's emotional experience. Truby underscores the importance of evoking emotional responses from the audience. By guiding writers to create characters and situations that resonate emotionally, he highlights the significance of forging a connection between the story and its audience. Lesson: crafting a story that elicits emotional engagement enhances its impact and memorability. 7. Holistic approach to storytelling. The anatomy of story promotes a holistic approach to storytelling, integrating character development, thematic depth, and structural coherence. Truby's 22-step process serves as a comprehensive guide, encouraging writers to consider multiple facets simultaneously for a well-rounded narrative. Lesson: successful storytelling requires a balanced consideration of characters, themes, and structure. In conclusion, the anatomy of story imparts valuable lessons on character development, thematic resonance, structural design, and the emotional impact of storytelling, offering aspiring writers a rich toolkit to hone their craft and create more compelling narratives. The Anatomy of Story, 22 Steps to Becoming a Master Storyteller by John Truby is a comprehensive guide that breaks down the elements of storytelling into 22 steps. Here's a detailed chapter-wise summary of the book. Chapter 1, The Importance of Premise. Truby introduces the concept of premise, emphasizing its role as the foundation of a compelling story. He defines premise as the idea that contains all other ideas. The author stresses the need for a strong, clear premise to guide the narrative and create a unified story. Chapter 2, Characters and Characterization. This chapter delves into the intricacies of character development. Truby discusses the significance of well-defined characters with complex motivations, exploring their psychological makeup and moral framework. He introduces the idea of character webs, illustrating the interconnected relationships between characters. Chapter 3, Plot. Truby explores the essentials of plot, advocating for a well-structured narrative. He introduces the concept of the designing principle, a guiding idea that shapes the story's structure. The chapter emphasizes the importance of a strong plot to keep the audience engaged. Chapter 4, Structure. In this chapter, Truby provides a detailed analysis of story structure. He breaks down the three-act structure and introduces the concept of the 22 steps, which serve as a roadmap for constructing a cohesive and engaging narrative. Truby highlights the importance of turning points and how they drive the story forward. Chapter 5, Scene Weaving. Truby discusses the art of constructing scenes and weaving them together seamlessly. He emphasizes the need for each scene to contribute to character development, plot progression, or theme, reinforcing the interconnected nature of storytelling elements. Chapter 6, Techniques of Building Character. Building on the earlier exploration of characters, this chapter delves into specific techniques for character development. Truby introduces the concept of story functions, where characters serve specific roles in advancing the narrative. He also discusses the importance of character change and growth. Chapter 7, Developing Your Character's Moral Code. Truby delves into the moral dimensions of characters, emphasizing the creation of a moral code that guides their actions. He argues that understanding a character's moral framework is crucial for creating authentic conflicts and driving the story forward. Chapter 8, Building a World. The author explores the intricacies of world building, not only in the context of fantasy or science fiction but in any genre. Truby discusses how the world of the story influences characters and plot, emphasizing the need for a rich and immersive environment. Chapter 9, Moral Argument. This chapter centers on the importance of a story's moral argument. Truby argues that a compelling narrative should explore a thematic core, posing moral or philosophical questions that resonate with the audience. He demonstrates how a strong moral argument adds depth and resonance to the story. Chapter 10, Story Concept. Truby delves into the development of a story concept, urging writers to create unique and intriguing ideas. He provides practical tools for generating concepts and emphasizes the need for a strong central idea that can drive the entire narrative. Chapter 11, Genre. The author explores the balance between adhering to genre conventions and introducing innovation. Truby argues that while genres provide a familiar framework, introducing fresh elements can elevate the story. He discusses the importance of understanding and respecting genre expectations. Chapter 12, Choosing Your Genre and Medium. Building on the previous chapter, Truby guides writers in choosing the right genre and medium for their story. He explores how different genres and mediums have distinct conventions and audience expectations, offering insights into making effective creative choices. Chapter 13, Story Form. Truby discusses the various forms a story can take, emphasizing the importance of choosing the right form for the narrative. He explores the differences between linear and non-linear storytelling, demonstrating how form can enhance or detract from the storytelling experience. Chapter 14, Comedy. This chapter focuses on the unique challenges and techniques of crafting comedy. Truby explores the principles of humor and how they can be effectively incorporated into a story. He provides practical tips for writers aiming to create comedic narratives. Chapter 15, The Comic Touch. Building on the previous chapter, Truby delves deeper into the nuances of humor in storytelling. He discusses the role of irony, incongruity, and exaggeration in creating comedic effects, offering valuable insights into the craft of humor writing. Chapter 16, Love Story. Truby explores the intricacies of crafting a compelling love story. He discusses the stages of a love plot, emphasizing the importance of obstacles and conflict in developing a realistic and engaging romantic narrative. Chapter 17, Story Techniques. This chapter delves into various storytelling techniques, including flashbacks, dream sequences, and symbolism. Truby explores how these techniques can be employed effectively to enhance the narrative, providing practical guidance on their implementation. Chapter 18, Endings. Truby discusses the crucial elements of a satisfying ending. He explores different types of endings and the importance of resolving the story's central conflict. The chapter provides insights into crafting conclusions that resonate with the audience. Chapter 19, The Art of Adaptation. The author explores the challenges and opportunities of adapting stories across different mediums. Truby discusses how to navigate the transition from one medium to another while maintaining the essence of the story. Chapter 20, Story Critique. Truby provides a guide for critiquing and analyzing stories, whether your own or others. He outlines key questions and considerations to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of a narrative, offering practical tools for constructive feedback. Chapter 21, Developing a Professional Career. This chapter shifts focus to the practical aspects of a writing career. Truby offers advice on navigating the industry, understanding the business side of storytelling, and building a professional network. He provides insights into the challenges and opportunities writers may encounter in their careers. Chapter 22, The Writer's Voice. In the final chapter, Truby explores the concept of the writer's voice. He discusses how writers can develop a unique and authentic voice that sets their work apart. The chapter serves as a reflection on the creative journey and the personal expression that defines a writer's voice. The Anatomy of Story by John Truby provides a comprehensive guide to storytelling, covering essential elements such as premise, character, plot, structure, and genre. Truby's 22-step process offers a structured approach for both aspiring and experienced writers, providing practical insights and tools to craft compelling and resonant narratives across various genres and mediums. If you found this summary of The Anatomy of Story by John Truby insightful and valuable, I encourage you to explore the full depth of the book by purchasing it through the link in the description. Truby's comprehensive guide is a treasure trove of wisdom for storytellers, offering a systematic approach to crafting compelling narratives. By delving into the intricacies of premise, character development, plot structure, and more, Truby provides a roadmap for both aspiring and seasoned writers to elevate their storytelling skills. If you're passionate about mastering the art of storytelling, this book is an invaluable resource. Liked what you heard? Show your support by hitting the like button, sharing this summary with fellow literature enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful book summaries in this category. Your support helps us continue creating content that enriches your literary journey. Happy reading! The Anatomy of Story by John Truby stands out in its genre due to its unique and comprehensive approach to storytelling, combining practical guidance with a deep understanding of narrative structure. Here are some key aspects that set this book apart. Holistic approach. Unlike some storytelling guides that focus solely on specific elements like characters or plot, Truby's book takes a holistic approach. He integrates character development, thematic resonance, and structural coherence, providing a well-rounded framework for crafting compelling narratives. Truby states, "All good storytellers use the same structure principles," emphasizing the universality of his approach. 22-step process. Truby introduces a 22-step process, providing a detailed and systematic guide for writers. Each step is meticulously explained and serves a specific purpose in building a cohesive story. For example, he states, each step forces the story in a new direction or deepens its theme, showcasing the purposeful design of his approach. Character web concept. Truby introduces the concept of character webs, emphasizing the interconnected relationships between characters. He states, "The network of relationships forms the foundation of the story, highlighting how character dynamics shape the narrative." This concept goes beyond individual character development, considering the web of connections that drive the plot. Designing principle. The author introduces the designing principle, a guiding idea that shapes the story's structure. Truby notes, "A successful story structure must be derived from a deep understanding of the story's design," underlining the importance of a central concept that guides the narrative. This goes beyond traditional three-act structures, providing a nuanced approach to story design. Emphasis on moral argument. Truby highlights the significance of a story's moral argument, encouraging writers to explore thematic cores. He asserts, "The premise contains the moral argument of the story," emphasizing the integration of theme and moral philosophy into the narrative. This adds depth and resonance to the storytelling, setting it apart from purely plot-driven approaches. Practical tools and exercises. Throughout the book, Truby provides practical tools and exercises to aid writers in implementing his concepts. From character development exercises to plot troubleshooting tools, he ensures that the theoretical concepts are accompanied by actionable steps. This hands-on approach sets the book apart as a practical guide rather than a purely theoretical exploration. In-depth exploration of genres. Truby goes beyond a superficial discussion of genres, exploring how writers can both adhere to conventions and introduce innovation. He notes, "Every genre has its own specific set of rules," acknowledging the importance of genre conventions. However, he also encourages writers to bring fresh perspectives, ensuring their stories stand out within established genres. The Anatomy of Story distinguishes itself by offering a holistic, systematic, and practical approach to storytelling. Truby's emphasis on character webs, designing principles, and moral arguments, backed by practical tools and exercises, provides a unique and enriching resource for writers seeking to master the craft of storytelling. The Anatomy of Story by John Truby stands out in the realm of storytelling guides due to its holistic and comprehensive approach, setting it apart from others in the same genre. Here's a comparison with other notable books in the genre. 1. Save the Cat. By Blake Snyder. Comparison. Both books aim to guide writers through the intricacies of storytelling. Uniqueness of the anatomy of story, while Save the Cat focuses heavily on the three-act structure and specific beats, Truby's book takes a more comprehensive approach by integrating character development, thematic exploration, and structural coherence. Truby's 22-step process provides a detailed roadmap that encompasses a broader spectrum of storytelling elements. 2. On Writing, a Memoir of the Craft by Stephen King. Comparison. Both books offer insights into the craft of writing, blending personal experiences with practical advice. Uniqueness of the anatomy of story. While Stephen King's book is a memoir that delves into his personal journey as a writer, Truby's book is a structured guide specifically focused on the mechanics of storytelling. The anatomy of story provides a step-by-step framework and exercises for writers to apply, offering a more prescriptive approach. 3. Story, Substance, Structure, Style, and the Principles of Screenwriting by Robert McKee. Comparison. Both books explore the principles of storytelling, especially in the context of screenwriting. Uniqueness of the anatomy of story. Truby's book shares similarities with McKee's in terms of emphasizing structure and substance, but it differentiates itself by introducing the concept of character webs, the designing principle, and a 22-step process. Truby's focus on the moral argument and holistic narrative design sets his approach apart. 4. Other works by John Truby, for example, Great Screenwriting, Secrets of the Great Film Writers. Comparison. Truby's other works often share his distinctive approach to storytelling. Uniqueness of the anatomy of story. While Truby's other works may touch on similar concepts, the anatomy of story is particularly notable for its detailed 22-step process and its comprehensive coverage of various storytelling elements. It serves as a foundational guide that encapsulates many of the principles found in his other writings. While there are notable works in the storytelling genre, the anatomy of story stands out for its holistic approach, detailed step-by-step process, and unique concepts like character webs and designing principles. Truby's emphasis on a moral argument and practical exercises distinguishes his book as a comprehensive and actionable guide for storytellers. The Anatomy of Story by John Truby appeals to a broad audience of writers, storytellers, and anyone interested in the art and craft of narrative creation. Here are several reasons why this book would be particularly appealing or relevant to listeners. 1. Aspiring writers. Relevance. For those aspiring to become writers, the book provides a structured and detailed guide to the fundamentals of storytelling. It offers a comprehensive approach that can help novice writers understand the intricacies of creating compelling narratives. 2. Seasoned writers looking to refine skills. Relevance. Even experienced writers can benefit from Truby's insights. The book goes beyond basic storytelling principles, offering advanced concepts such as character webs, designing principles, and a 22-step process, providing a fresh perspective and tools for honing their craft. 3. Screenwriters and filmmakers. Relevance. The book is particularly relevant to screenwriters and filmmakers, as Truby draws on his experience in the film industry. It explores screenplay structure, character development, and thematic elements, making it an invaluable resource for those working in visual storytelling mediums. 4. Novelists and fiction authors. Relevance. The principles outlined in the book are applicable to various forms of storytelling, including novels and fiction. Writers looking to create engaging characters, intricate plots, and thematic depth will find the guidance relevant to their craft. 5. Those facing creative blocks. Relevance. If individuals are facing creative blocks or struggling with certain aspects of their storytelling, Truby's practical exercises and troubleshooting tools can offer solutions. The book serves as a resource for overcoming challenges in the writing process. 6. Individuals interested in story structure and design. Relevance. For those fascinated by the architecture of stories, The book delves into the structural elements of narratives. The designing principle and the 22-step process provide a unique perspective on how stories can be meticulously crafted for maximum impact. 7. Those seeking a holistic approach to storytelling. Relevance. The holistic approach of the book, encompassing character development, plot structure, thematic exploration, and more, makes it appealing to those who prefer a comprehensive guide rather than a narrow focus on specific elements. 8. Creative writing instructors and students. Relevance. Instructors teaching creative writing courses or students studying the craft can find The Anatomy of Story to be a valuable textbook. It provides structured lessons, practical exercises, and a wealth of examples that can enhance the learning experience. 9. Story enthusiasts and readers. Relevance. Even for those who may not be writers themselves but have a deep appreciation for storytelling, the book offers insights into what makes a narrative compelling. It provides a behind-the-scenes look at the intricacies of storytelling that can enhance the reader's understanding and enjoyment of literature and film. In essence, The Anatomy of Story caters to a diverse audience with varying levels of expertise and interests in storytelling. Whether someone is just starting their writing journey, looking to overcome creative hurdles, or seeking advanced techniques, Truby's book offers a comprehensive and insightful guide to the world of storytelling. The Anatomy of Story by John Truby is more than a guide, it's a roadmap to the heart of storytelling. Truby's unique blend of practical wisdom, theoretical depth, and a comprehensive approach makes this book a timeless resource for writers and storytellers. It goes beyond the conventions of typical writing guides, offering a holistic perspective that explores the intricacies of character, plot, and theme. The 22-step process, character webs, and designing principles presented in the book provide not just a methodology but a philosophy of storytelling. In the grand tapestry of narrative creation, Truby stitches together the threads of inspiration, structure, and meaning. His emphasis on a story's moral argument, the nuanced exploration of character relationships, and the careful design of narrative structure elevate this work to a level of storytelling craftsmanship that resonates across genres and mediums. As readers embark on the journey outlined in The Anatomy of Story, they not only learn the mechanics of crafting compelling narratives but also discover the profound artistry that underlies storytelling. It's a guide that not only imparts practical skills but instills a deeper appreciation for the magic woven into every well-crafted tale. Truby invites writers to not just tell stories but to master the craft of storytelling, an art form that has the power to captivate, inspire, and endure across generations. In conclusion, The Anatomy of Story is not merely a book on writing, it's a companion for those who seek to understand the essence of storytelling. Its significance lies not just in the techniques it imparts but in the creative spirit it kindles. Truby's work is an enduring testament to the timeless allure and profound impact of stories well told, a guide that beckons writers to embark on a journey of exploration, creation, and mastery in the enchanting realm of storytelling. Certainly. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, or specific areas you'd like me to expand on or refine, please feel free to share. Your feedback is valuable in refining my approach and ensuring that the information provided aligns with your expectations and needs.